Hare Krishna. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ISKCON Blantyre. Currently, we are discussing the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra because Ram Navami is just around the corner. We were reading from the ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 10, which is entitled The Pastimes of the Supreme Lord Ramachandra. So far, we have read 27 texts. Let's read ahead. Text 28, translation. O pleasure of the Rakshasa dynasty. Now, if we pay attention, Ravana's wife Mandodari is lamenting, and that's what she's saying. O pleasure of the Rakshasa dynasty, because you, because of you, the state of Lanka, and also we ourselves, now have no protector. By your deeds, you have made your body fit to be eaten by vultures, and your soul fit to go to hell. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, also meaning commentary. One who follows the path of Ravan is condemned in two ways. His body is fit to be eaten by dogs and vultures, and the soul goes to hell. As stated by the Lord Himself in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, text 19, Tan aham drisata kuran samsareshu naradhamam shipami shipami ajrasam ashubham asurisam evayonishu. Asuris evayonishu. Those who are those who are envious and mischievous, who are lowest among men, are cast by me into the ocean of material existence, into various demonic species of life. Thus, the destination of the godless atheists, such as Ravan, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and Dantavakra, is a hellish condition of life. Mandodari, the wife of Ravan, could understand all this because she was a chaste woman. Although lamenting for the death of her husband, she knew what would happen to his body and soul. For although one cannot see directly with one's material eyes, one can see with the eyes of knowledge. Pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. In the Vedic history, there are many instances of how one becomes godless and is condemned by the laws of nature. Yes, so here we are seeing how Mandodari is crying. She's lamenting because her husband was a demon who could not control himself, control his lust. And lust is these days giving so much problem to the material world. Almost more than half of marriages are ending in divorce just because lust is not fulfilled properly. So I have taken down some notes from this purport. Let's go through them. We see how Mandodari is saying that how Ravana's body will be eaten by dogs and vultures, and also his soul will go to hell. So we see how every learned person in the scripture knows that if somebody was not followed the path of bhakti or followed the path of righteous life, is going to die and will be dragged to hell. People say nowadays people, because they don't want to follow the scriptures, they don't want to follow the laws of God, they come up with this new thing. I don't believe in this. So do you really think that by not believing in the laws of God that they are going to change or they are not going to exist? For example, if somebody is from India, he is used to driving on the left side of the road, and when he is visiting America, there when he goes to America, he can't just keep driving on the left. And when the police stops, he can't say, I don't believe in your rules. I don't believe in your law. That does not mean that the Lord does not exist. If he tries driving on the left, he will be dead in no time because there the cars are driving at neck-breaking speed, and if you're on the wrong side, you're really going to get it. So laws of God are not going to change because we don't believe it. Simple, the law of fire. The law of fire is simple. You put your hand into the fire, you are going to get burnt. There is no documented fact that, if you put your hand in fire, you are going to get. No, it's a law of nature that fire burns. So by you saying, I'm not going to believe in the laws of God and the laws of nature, I'm just going to put my hand in fire. You really think it's not going to burn you? So that's not how life works. If we have to live in the material world, we have to follow certain laws. It's not going to work otherwise. Other than the law of fire, there is also a law of water, for example. Water will make you wet. Water will drown you. Just by saying, I don't believe in the law of law of the nature that water is going to drown me, and somebody just jumps into an ocean. What do you think will happen to him? Even if he's the greatest swimmer, how long can he swim? The law of water is that it will drown and it will make you wet. So it's going to happen. By me saying I don't believe, it's not going to happen. World does not work on our beliefs. World works according to the Lord's rules and regulations, and we are here to follow. If we follow, we'll be happy. If we don't follow, we'll be burnt by fire and drowned by water, and so much other stuff will happen to us. So, yes, we should be following the laws of God. And the laws of God say that if we are not righteous at the end of our lives, we will be dragged to hell. So, by saying I don't believe, it's not going to change anything. Thank you. Let's read a bit ahead. Text 29. Sri Sukdev Goswami said, Vibhishan, the pious brother of Ravan and devotee of Lord Ramachandra, received approval from Lord Ramachandra, the king of Koshal. Then he performed the prescribed funeral ceremonies for his family members to save them from the path to hell. Purport, commentary. After giving up the body, one is transferred to another body. But sometimes, if one is too sinful, he is checked from transmigrating to another body, and thus he becomes a ghost. To save a deceased person from ghostly life, the funeral ceremony or Shraddha ceremony, as prescribed in the authorized Shastras, must be performed. Ravana was killed by Lord Ramachandra and was destined for hellish life. But by Lord Ramachandra's advice, Vibhishan, Ravan's brother, performed all duties prescribed in relation to the dead. Thus, Lord Ramachandra was kind to Ravan even after his death, or even after Ravana's death. Yes, same thing. I would like to make a point where people say, "Oh, there are no ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts." But here Prabhupada is explaining how there are ghostly bodies, how ghosts are coming into being. If they are very, very sinful, they don't get another body immediately. They have to keep roaming around. In Hindi, they say bhatakti atma. Atma means the soul, and bhatakti means just roaming around looking for another body. And because it does not have one particular body after death, it enters into other people's bodies, and then that's what we call bhatakti atma, and disturbed soul who is disturbing others also. So yes, it is very important that we should do the funeral rites according to the scriptures, and also do Shraddha ceremony. Generally, people just say, okay, yeah, he's dead and gone, who cares? But to save the dead, or the save the loved one who has died, we have to do all these ceremonies, or else they'll be stuck in the ghostly body. And we see how after Ravana was dead, Ravana was killed. Lord Ramachandra wasn't greedy for the throne. Now I have killed him. I'm going to take over the throne of Lanka. I'm going to rule the kingdom. No, he was just there to establish righteousness, kill Ravan, who was the non-righteous king, who was stealing other people's wives and other people's wealth, etc. So after he killed, he immediately installed Ravana's younger brother Vibhishan to be the king of Lanka. So we see how righteousness works. Righteousness doesn't work that, I kill you and all your property is now belonging to me. Like how the wars go on nowadays. People are just fighting and fighting, and then they want to take the territory. Taking territory of other people is just because of greed and not having proper understanding of who the world belongs to. If people would know that the world belongs to God, they would not have been fighting over it. But because we don't see a board outside anybody's house or outside, a compound saying this property belongs to Krishna Vasudev Yadav, or maybe this property belongs to Ramachandra Raghunath. That's why we don't believe. So, okay, it's not God's property, it's my property. And then outside many houses, we see that how they say, beware of the dog. I don't know whether the dog is guarding the house or the dog is living in the house. People inside the house are like as good as dogs because they are not following any scriptural code. So we don't really do that because we are greedy nowadays. But if somebody has proper consciousness, they know everything belongs to God. Nothing belongs to us. How long can we even hold on to whatever we have? When we grow old, the children fight over the property, and then they take over the property, they share amongst each other, and the old parents have problem because they don't have a house now because the children have taken the house, and now they've been pushed into the old age home, or maybe they're sharing 15 days the parents will stay by your house, 15-day parents will stay by my house and the daughter's house. So that's because of greed, not knowing that everything belongs to God. They think everything belongs to me, and I am the king of everything. I am the king of all I survey, which is not really good because we don't last long. We forget about lasting long. We lost maximum 100 years, which is also very rare these days. So yes, it is very necessary to do funeral ceremonies and Shraddha ceremonies for the passed away people. And also, it is very important to live a righteous life, to not be greedy, to see how everything belongs to God and offer it to Him. And once we offer it to Him, God is not greedy, He will give it back to us, like how He did with Lanka. He killed Ravan and He did not take away Lanka, saying that, oh, I'm going to be the king of Lanka now. No, He did His duty of killing Ravan, was a demon, a Rakshasa, a miscreant, just like he says in the Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhanam vinashaya cha dushkritam. He did the vinash of the Dushkritinam, and then he gave the kingdom to his devotee, Paritranaya sadhanam. Vibhishan was a great devotee. So God is not greedy. God owns everything. He doesn't have to prove that, okay, this is mine, or, with time, we all are tiny human beings saying, oh, this is mine, this is mine. How long? We'll be dead and gone, and the property will still be there. Or somebody buys a car, and oh, this is my car, my car. After a few years, the car will be, you know, worth nothing. So we should be proud about our achievements. We should be humble that because of God we have got these things, and we should thank the Lord. Let's read ahead. Text 30. Thereafter, Lord Ramachandra found Sita Devi sitting in a small cottage beneath the tree named Shimshapa in the forest of Ashoka trees. She was lean and thin, being aggrieved because of separation from him. 31. Text number 31. Seeing his wife in that condition, Lord Ramachandra was very compassionate. When Ramachandra came before her, she was exceedingly happy to see her beloved, and her lotus-like mouth showered with joy. Text 32. After giving Vibhishan the power to rule Rakshasa population of Lanka for the duration of one kalpa, Lord Ramachandra, the supreme personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, placed Sita Devi on an airplane decorated with flowers and then got on the plane himself. The period of his living in forest having ended, the Lord returned to Ayodhya accompanied by Hanuman, Sugriva, and his brother Lakshman. Yes, this is what I was mentioning earlier, that how Lord Ramachandra, he enthroned Vibhishan, the younger brother of Ram, and then he went back to his own kingdom. He did not come to conquer the kingdom, he came to conquer Ravan, who was a lusty person. Generally, we would say he was a lusty dog. But then once he, killed Ravan, everything was okay. And then the Lord Ramachandra's exile of 14 years was over. So he had to go back to his native place, Ayodhya. Let's read a little bit more. Text 33. When Lord Ramachandra returned to his capital, Ayodhya, he was greeted on the road by the princely order, who showered his body with beautiful fragrant flowers, while great personalities like Lord Brahma and other demigods glorified the activities of the Lord in great jubilation. Text 34. Upon reaching Ayodhya, Lord Ramachandra heard that in his absence his brother Bharat was eating barley cooked with the urine of cow, covering his body with three barks of tree, wearing matted locks of hair, and laying on a mattress of kusha. The most merciful Lord very much lamented this. Text 35 to 38. When Lord Bharat understood that Lord Ramachandra was returning to the capital, Ayodhya, he immediately took upon his own head Lord Ramachandra's wooden shoes and came out from his camp at Nandigram. Lord Bharat was accompanied by the ministers, priests, and respectable citizens, by professional musicians vibrating pleasing musical sounds, and by learned brahmanas loudly chanting the Vedic hymns. Following in the procession were the chariots drawn by beautiful horses with harness of golden rope. These chariots were decorated by flags with golden embroidery and by other flags of various sizes and patterns. There were soldiers bedecked with golden armor, servants bearing betel nut, and many well-known and beautiful prostitutes. Many servants followed on foot, bearing an umbrella, whisks, different grades of precious jewels, and other paraphernalia befitting a royal reception. Accompanied in this way, Lord Bharat, his heart softened in ecstasy and his eyes full of tears, approached Lord Ramachandra and fell at his lotus feet with great ecstatic love. Yes, so we see how Bharat was kind of, he took self-exile, he was not ruling the kingdom. He kept the lotus shoes, wooden shoes of Lord Ram on the throne, and he himself was staying in the forest far away from people because people were very upset because people thought that because of you, Lord Ramachandra had to go to the Vanvas or exile in the forest. So he kept the shoes for ruling, and then he himself was staying in the forest. And when he heard Lord Ramachandra is coming, so he was accompanied by all these people and horses and learned brahmanas chanting mantras, etc. Generally, to show respect, we do not comment where the acharya has not commented. So where you see translation and where there is no purport, I am not speaking anything out of respect for the previous acharya. I would like to end here. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next episode, reading further. Hare Krishna. Kindly join and subscribe our channel for similar content.